Very good evening, all of you. Today's topic being self-awareness and know thyself. Why should we take up this topic? What is there to deal with? That is the question. Know thyself is the highest knowledge, we can say. See, sometimes we cross our limits. There are many occasions we come across where people are not aware of their limit, their limitations. They go across, they supersede because they do not know the limits. There occurs several mistakes, there occurs several crimes. That is the reason. So it is high time that we should find out who we are. We should know ourselves. Without knowing yourself, what are we going to do the society? So it is a prime duty, utmost duty for every individual to find out what we are, who we are. So let us find out. Have you heard about this word know thyself some 100 years back? When have you heard? Do you think that these words must have come some 1,000 years back? Or do you think that it would have come even earlier? Would you please answer? When would have these words come? What could have been the date? Approximate time, the period.
Personally, we don't know the exact time or exact period, but it might be there.
Sir, if I say that even 2000 years ago, would you believe or not?
Definitely we believe, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. So, know thyself is a good concept. It is the highest form of knowledge. You have studied so many things in life. No doubt. Many degrees, many postgraduate degrees, doctorates, masters, likewise. Okay. Even life experiences we have gained and gathered. Now, I ask you to study yourself. Know yourself. Know thyself. Knowing yourself inside and outside. Inside and outside. So, now I would like to mention the name whom you would be pleased to know. Socrates, the great Greek ancient philosopher, Socrates. Now you know the period. You know the period, 4th century BC. Just imagine. He was considered to be the forerunner of Western philosophy. He was a great scholar, great teacher, great thinker, great philosopher. He had not been to any college, he had not been to any school, he did not have any formal education at all. Even then, he was a scholar, teacher, thinker, and philosopher, and whatnot. Those days, when religion played a vital role, he influenced countless of thinkers throughout generations. Just imagine. Imagine the period. Imagine the philosopher, Socrates. His method of questioning was considered to be Socratic method. When we think of any philosopher, Socrates comes to our mind first, followed by Plato, his disciple, followed by Aristotle, Plato's disciple, followed by Alexander the Great, emperor. Okay, it goes like that. Plato was a Socrates disciple. He was a famous student. He was a committed student. He was a committed disciple of Socrates. Because you will be wondering to know that Socrates did not write anything. I don't know whether you believe it or not. Socrates did not write anything. Whereas it was Socrates' disciple Plato who wrote Socrates' philosophy. Just imagine. Can you find a student like this nowadays? It was Plato who wrote his philosophy. Socrates was accused of corrupting the young minds of Athens and sentenced to death by drinking hemlock. Now all the participants wonder, what is the need to talk about Socrates when we want to know more about Know Thyself? Because it was he who propounded the theory some 2400 years ago. Just imagine. Socrates was a lesson to his students to face the adversities of life calmly and willingly. How to face the challenge, how to face any adversity in life that comes on the way, how to face when we are facing storms in our life. Face it with coolness, face it with willingness. We would have studied about Stoic philosophers. But Socrates says, don't be like chickens and ducks when faced with storms. Face it with courage and determination. Greater well-being of the society was Socrates' main goal. Yes, what is the main goal of Socrates? Greater well-being of the society was Socrates' main goal. The very first step towards the realization of the goal is the acquisition of wisdom. How can we acquire wisdom? Only through knowing yourself. That is why I am talking about Socrates now. Is there any relevance now? Do you understand the relevance? Only through acquisition of knowledge, wisdom, we can find out what we are, who we are. Ultimate wisdom comes from knowing oneself. When will we get ultimate wisdom?
Knowing ourselves.
Knowing oneself. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. The word know thyself in Greek is inscribed on the stone of the ancient Greek temple of Apollo, at Delphi. Probably many of you would have gone back to the Greek mythology and Roman mythology. Yes, thank you. Aristotle says, human person is rational animal. Man is a social animal, rational animal. Likewise, Aristotle said, human person is a rational animal, or he put it in other way, human person is considered to be animal that thinks. Human person is considered to be an animal that thinks. Study yourself closely, not outside, not anything else. Before you study anything else, you study yourself. Observe your thoughts, observe your feelings, observe your desires and whatnot. Now, let us come back to 19th century, come down to 19th century. A famous psychologist, Sigmund Freud. You may be thrilled to know about Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud, a famous psychologist, not only psychologist, but also father of psychoanalysis.
Yeah, psychoanalysis.
Ego, very good, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. He was known for his id, ego, super-ego theory. Excellent. Excellent, sir. And he has spoken a lot about desires related to self-awareness. Moreover, the next psychologist, Thomas Hobbes, spoke about self-awareness. Now, coming to self-awareness, how to find out?